Imagine a world where you are constantly subject to being unknowingly poisoned or possessed or even just killed just out of spite. These are things that are very integral to plots in Nigeria's bustling film industry, also known as Nollywood. In the same way Hollywood has stolen America's hearts through gripping, frightening, and even inspirational stories, Nollywood has done the same. Good evening, everyone. My name is Oge Zibo, and through extensive research, I've gathered details on these facets of the industry. Today we'll dive into these details and also learn about how it relates to other film industries in the world, and learn about details that you can really only get from behind the scenes. So to commence, let's talk about Nigeria's background. There's 36 states and officials at the presidential, state, and local level. Although people are allowed to vote at 18, it has been widely accused of being corrupt in government. According to the Transparency International 2023 Corruption Perceptions Index, Nigeria scored a 26 on a scale of 0 to 100, with 0 being the most corrupt and 100 being the least corrupt. This placed it 145 out of 180 countries in the world. In terms of religion, according to the U.S. Department of State, it's about 50% Muslim and 48.1% Christian. And due to this Muslim influence, it has largely affected how Sharia law is incorporated into some justice systems. Now, in terms of Nollywood itself, which is the powerhouse of the Nigerian film industry, it was established in the 1990s and has expanded to become the second largest film industry in the world. Though it primarily focuses on comedies and dramas, it has also extended into horror films, musicals, and even animations. The languages are typically divided into 3 sub-ethnic groups or languages known as Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. Igbo directors tend to direct their movies in English, and Hausa movies mainly came to the rise after the movie Turman Danya, or The Draw, was released in 1990, according to Wikipedia. And as for the Yoruba group, they typically hold the most weight in the Nollywood industry. So now that we've talked about the background, let's compare it to other industries around the world. As it compares to Hollywood, which is obviously in America, although Hollywood produces less movies per year, it typically produces more revenue per year. So, according to Northwestern, in 2022, Hollywood produced about $4.6 billion in profit versus Nollywood's $1.2 billion in profit. On average, Hollywood produces around 300 to 600 movies per year, whereas Nollywood produces about 1,500 to 2,000 per year. Now let's take a look at India's Bollywood, which primarily has movies in the language of Hindi. They typically produce more than 2,000 movies per year, which generates about 197 billion rupees, or $2.4 billion according to Statista. But now that we've looked at that external comparison, let's look at the internal factors of Nollywood as some pros and cons. So some pros are that the movies are typically accessible with little cost and sometimes even free. And it has granted a bunch of exposure to Nigerian culture to areas around the world, and typically has pretty quick production and enables variety for whatever sort of viewer is watching that movie. However, with the cons, it has been criticized because it typically prioritizes quantity over quality of movies. With limited budgets, it often results in rushed plots and money-hungry producers who just want to produce as many movies as possible to generate as much profit as possible. Also, given that Nigeria is a third world country, it typically has inconsistent internet, which can affect access to these movies, obviously. And piracy is often a large issue where people just steal ideas from other people's movies and incorporate it into theirs due to a lack of copyright laws present in Nigeria, according to Columbia Global Reports. But enough of the technicalities, let's dig into one of Nigeria's or Nollywood's most popular moments. This is the meme which has risen to fame within the past few years on social media platforms such as TikTok and Instagram. In the scene, a woman is being chased with a man behind her, and the man behind her is asking her why she is running.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
So this has come to fame in recent years, and this originates in Nollywood. So today we have discussed Nollywood's bustling scenes and have compared it to other external film industries around the world, and have also taken a look at the positive and negative aspects of Nollywood. But perhaps at the end of the day, Nollywood itself is proof that despite Nigeria's political issues and socio-economic issues, it serves as proof as a way of how Nigeria has risen above all that and has found a way to rise and essentially shine above it all. Thank you.